Welcome to the second edition of Los Pinos Fire District's Weekly Update. I'm your host, Scott Davis. In this brand new series, we put together a short news broadcast of notable events related to the fire service at the national, state, and local levels, as well as a weekly crew member spotlight. Starting with national news. Firefighters in San Bernardino County found themselves running to safety after they encountered a massive boulder-filled mudslide barreling towards their station Sunday. KLTA Channel 5 has the report.
Yeah, this was definitely a scary scene in the Forest Falls area of San Bernardino County. Firefighters are currently trapped at Fire Station 99 after this massive mudslide. And you can see the force of that slide, taking trees, debris, and just about anything in its path. We're told the firefighters heard a loud noise and went to check it out. They immediately began to run from the area to safety when they saw the massive slide. Now, thankfully, no one was hurt, but the firefighters now have no way to get out of the area right now.
In Maui, firefighters spent just about every minute of Tuesday, August 8th battling blazes starting moments after the clock struck midnight. KHON has that story.
Surrounded by fire, firefighters urging evacuations as escape routes were hindered by obstacles. Maui's fire chief describes to Gina Mangieri the urban disaster that unfolded in Lahaina during the wildfire.
Maui firefighters spent just about every minute of August 8th battling blazes starting moments after the clock struck 12 a.m.
Just after midnight, the upcountry fire started, and all of the resources from the upcountry area were dispatched in that direction. The additional resources were called back at just after 4 a.m. to assist with that fire.
Then at dawn, a spark and flames out in Lahaina. The chief tells me all MFD resources for Lahaina were available and responded.
The fire was contained. The fire, they put a bulldozer line around that fire. They mopped it up, and they sat on that fire for about 5 hours while the weather was really moving through the town at that point. Power lines falling down, all sorts of additional calls for service coming in. But all those resources remained on the west side of the island. They didn't respond to the Olinda side.
The battalion chief stood up additional resources and kept Lahaina crews on duty with relief trucks. That afternoon, fire picked up again, causing spotting down the hill closer to homes. Embers propelled by 60-mile-an-hour sustained winds.
And as they were facing the fires, the homes that were burning, houses behind them started to burn. That's how quickly the fire was spreading.
In state news, there are currently 109 wildfires burning in Colorado. The largest fires are the Desperado Fire near Rangeley, Colorado, the Corch Ridge Fire northeast of Pagosa, the Dry Lake Fire east of Bayfield, the Little Mesa Fire west of Delta, the Lowline Fire southwest of Crested Butte, and the Spring Creek Fire southwest of Battlement Mesa. A report out this week from the U.S. Forest Service found that people caused the majority of the nearly 69,000 wildfires that have raged across Colorado over the past 3 decades. With increasing wildfire risks throughout the West and smoke now regularly blanketing cities like Denver, changing human behavior could make a significant difference against a rising threat. From 1992 to 2020, about 60% of Colorado wildfires were caused by human activity, while lightning accounted for the rest. The top 3 human activities causing the flames in the state are recreation and ceremony with 12.4%, sparks from equipment like cars, chainsaws, and ATVs 5.7%, and smoking 5.4%. We at Los Pinos Fire ask that you respect the current dry fuel conditions and exercise extreme caution with anything hot enough to start a fire outdoors. More information about current wildfire conditions can be found at the Fire, Weather, and Avalanche Center, fireweatheravalanche.org. Locally, we are currently recruiting adult and junior volunteers for Los Pinos Fire. We are a combination department which includes both career and volunteer members. Our district relies on volunteers to support our crews and the community. Our junior volunteer program is for ages 15 through 18, and the junior volunteers train and respond the same as adults. Becoming a volunteer is easy, and all skill sets are welcome. We will provide training, gear, a community, and support. We ask that juniors give a minimum of 16 hours per month, and adults give 28 hours a month, which is less than 1 hour a day, to help neighbors when they are in need. for more information, please check out our website at lospinosfire.com and navigate to the volunteer page under About Us. Also, please check out our YouTube channel at Los Pinos Fire for our video library. Our crew spotlight this week is on Mike Cochran, who started as a volunteer 2.5 years ago and is now a full-time crew member on B Shift. Welcome, Mike.
Thanks, Chief. Appreciate it.
So tell me, Mike, how long have you been a first responder?
I've been a first responder for almost about 3 years now. So yeah, I started with my EMT about 3 years ago, and then currently in paramedic school right now.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about paramedic school. How's that going?
Great. I have a great preceptor here, James O'Connor. We've been going through internship right now, and it's been a lot of work with a new baby and also school, but I'm enjoying it, so it's awesome.
So what made you become a first responder? What got you started?
Well, actually, before this, I was a high school chemistry teacher, and I love the feeling of kind of giving back and having a job that's rewarding. Teaching gives you that, but it's also day in, day out can be a little tough, and I just figured coming over to this side, you know, you have the ability to help others, and my family's been a part of this. My mom was part of this. My brother's a firefighter in California, so they all love it. So I was like, why not give it a try?
Nice. And what's your favorite part of the job so far?
There's a few. The crew is awesome. I mean, getting to work close with your buddies for 48 hours is awesome. You really develop like a family relationship, which is awesome. Going out and helping the community, that's a rewarding feeling. Both those two are kind of the highlights of the job.
Nice. And so you mentioned this earlier, you're a brand new father, like very recent, right?
Yeah, very recent.
So tell me, how's that life-work balance going?
It's all right, yeah. My wife is an ER nurse, so it's someone that can kind of relate to the job field a bit, so she cuts me a little slack, which is nice. Not too much slack. I mean, I'm still, you know, kind of not getting great night's sleep at home, but it's awesome. I mean, he's just turned 3 months, so going home from here, if it was a long 48, not getting the greatest night's sleeps at home, but it's pretty rewarding to see the kiddo, and yeah, it's just school, kid, you know, moving. It's a lot right now, but you know, we're making it work. So
nice.
Yeah.
And you came in and started as a volunteer with our program.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about your progression and how that all got you set up for being a full-time career firefighter.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, the first person I met from this department was you, Chief Davis.
Yay.
Yeah, I remember meeting you at the coffee shop. And that was kind of when I was in that transition period. I was still teaching at the high school at that point, thinking about getting into this this profession, and you were the one that kind of let me know about the volunteer program, starting Fire One here, going through hazmat, and you know, meeting a good group of guys and gals as well, and that was the kind of the inception of getting in here. And yeah, I was a volunteer for about 6 months and going through Fire One with you and getting all certified and pulling volunteer shifts, which, you know, was awesome, just getting to know the crew and being a part of the family. And you know, that obviously transitioned to reservists and then eventually full-time. So, you know, starting as a volunteer, if you want to, you know, turn this into a profession, I mean, there's no better way than starting as a volunteer.
Nice, excellent. And what do you like to do outside? I mean, how do you spend your time if you're not working?
I mean, living in Southwest Colorado, you got to be outdoors. So mountain biking, I love getting up in the high country. I do a lot of alpine lake hikes because avid fly fisherman. Not great, but I love it. And yeah, I mean, definitely, I love the outdoors. You know, nothing you can't do with camping, hiking, fishing, mountain biking.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you would like to tell our viewership?
I mean, I guess kind of based on the volunteer program, if you at all have any interest in, you know, the fire service or EMS side of the world, I mean, I highly recommend you coming out and just coming to a volunteer night, seeing what it's about, meeting the crew, because I did that, almost 3 years ago and haven't regretted it since. So I would strongly encourage you to come out and see what it's all about.
Well, thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Chief.